सभी साथियों को मेरा नमस्कार। स्वागत है आप सबका आज 24 फरवरी के इंडियन एक्सप्रेस एनालिसिस में। तो आइए शुरू करते हैं आज का एक्सप्रेस एनालिसिस। पहले पेज पे खबर आती है खेल जगत से, भारत पाकिस्तान मैच को लेकर बढ़िया प्रदर्शन भारत का रहा। आगे बढ़ते हैं। अमेरिका ने कहा है कि भारत में वोटर टर्नआउट को लेके भारत को $18 मिलियन डोनेट करें। ये बहुत बड़ी बात है कि भारत ने ये पैसे क्यों लिए। अगर लिए हैं तो ये आज तक डिक्लेयर क्यों नहीं हुआ है? क्यों ट्रम्प साहब के कहने के बाद ही ये बात खबर बनी? आगे बढ़ते हैं आज के आर्टिकल की तरफ। War and politics. Ukraine and Russia are both losers in war that should have never been fought. Geopolitical shifts have vindicated India's stand as the world marked the 3 years of Russia's war in Ukraine this week. The horrific human tragedy on the ground serves as a brutal reminder that the geopolitics continues to overshadow the higher principles in whose name war often fought. What happens on the battlefield is only part of the story. In the end, the outcome of war are shaped by political equations within and among the rivals entities. As the Prussian military strategist Karl von Clausewitz famously said, war is merely the continuation of politics by other means. Nearly 1 million people have been killed or wounded in Ukraine and Russia, making this the bloodiest European war since World War II. Ukraine's cities have been devastated by relentless Russian air missile strikes over the past 3 years. While Russia might have wants to declare victory in a war it initially believed would be over in a week, the cost of its territorial ambitions have been immense thanks to the Western sanctions and the loss of crucial economic and political partnership with the West. Ukraine and Russia, with deep religious, ethnic, and cultural ties, are both losers in a war that should never have been fought. There is no doubt Moscow's invasion, justified on the imperialist claim that Ukraine had no right to exist as a sovereign nation, was an act of aggression. Ukraine's fight to restore its territorial integrity and sovereignty was, by every measure, a just war. However, as a small power, Ukraine's success was never solely dependent on the righteousness of its cause, but rather on the level of support it could secure from the Europe and US. Europe, which initially rallied behind Ukraine in the wake of Russia's invasion, is now increasingly divided. देखिए यूरोप ने सपोर्ट करने का प्रयास करा यूक्रेन को, मगर अभी यूरोप अपने ही इंटरनल कॉन्फ्लिक्ट में डिवाइड हो चुका है. US, which poured vast resources into Ukraine's defense and mobilized global backing, has shifted its stance following a change in the government in Washington. और US में जब सरकार ही बदल गई तो इस वॉर को लेकर अप्रोच बदल गई. President Vladimir Zelensky, once celebrated as a heroic leader of resistance, is now being vilified by the new US administration as a corrupt squanderer of American funds. पहले जो हीरो बोल रहे थे उन्हें आज कह रहे हैं कि ये सिर्फ एक तानाशाह है और एक अपने मन की दिल की इच्छा पूरी कर रहा है. As political terrain in the Ukraine war shifts, Delhi has the reason to feel vindicated about its prudent approach. While Russia's invasion violently violated the principles of territorial integrity and sovereignty, values India holds dear, Delhi refrained from outright condemning Moscow. Given its long-standing strategic ties with Russia and India, willing to bear this costly decision, now as the US reconfigures its position and appears ready to move on from Ukraine, Delhi can argue that this emphasis on dialogue and diplomacy has proved prudent in the long run. बहुत ही बढ़िया आर्टिकल है, बहुत ही अच्छी बात करिए कि वॉर, जो कार्ल वॉन क्लॉसविट्ज साहब ने कहा था कि वॉर कुछ नहीं है, बस पॉलिटिकल डायलॉग ही एक्सटेंडेड है ना, एक्सटेंडेड पॉलिटिक्स है और कुछ नहीं. अल्टीमेटली वॉर में आर्मी तय नहीं कर रही है, तय पॉलिटिकल आइडियोलॉजी कर रही है. आगे देखते हैं. प्लान टू क्लीन यमुना वॉज लॉन्ग ओवर ड्यू. यमुना इन दिल्ली हैज सफर लॉन्ग बिकॉज ऑफ द accumulation of untreated sewage, industrial effluents, and domestic trash. Though only about 20 km of the 1400-kilometer river flows from between Wazirabad and Okhla and Delhi, the national capital accounts for 75% of pollution load on the Yamuna. The river is not even fit for bathing, as Delhi's plan to clean the river over the next 3 years was therefore long overdue. The project does tick a few right boxes. It aims to clean the riverbed, overhaul the sewage treatment plants, and empty out effluence from the city's drains. However, similar plans have run out of steam in the past. The river suffered in the last 10 years because Delhi's elected government was not the same page with the LG. और यमुना लंबे समय से क्यों परेशान रही साफ होने को लेके, क्योंकि politically there was no better coordination between the LG and the Delhi government. Delhi generates about 790 million gallons of sewage every day. बहुत ज़्यादा मात्रा में है. On paper, its STPs can treat little more than 700 mgd. The refurbishment of these plants planned in the Yamuna cleansing project can address the deficit, but zero waste discharge into the river could be a tall order. According to Delhi Pollution Control Board study last year, 21 of the capital 35 STPs do not meet the basic standards. More than 70% of these plants do not have bacterial disinfection facility. Despite several NGT orders, Delhi waste problem is compounded by the fact that a large part of the city are outside the sewage network. और बहुत से जब बड़ा एक क्षेत्र ऐसा भी है जो कि अभी तक untreated है. In 2006, Shri Dikshit government planned intercepted drains to connect the city's STPs with localities that are outside the sewer lines. और बाकी sewer lines से connection भी बढ़ाने की बात करी गई थी दिल्ली के और क्षेत्रों तक. Delhi government has spent about 2400 crores on the project. It has missed several deadlines. In many places, sewer lines have been laid, but STPs have not been upgraded. मगर ये भी कहीं ना कहीं ब्यूरोक्रेसी के हद चढ़ गया और खो गया कहीं. 30-year water sharing agreement between the five Yamuna basin states is slated to be renegotiated this year. In past 10 years, Delhi and Haryana government have been at loggerheads over the river. The new Delhi government will have to engage with its counterparts in the neighboring states for ensuring greater flows to the city. India will face US pressure to reduce tariffs on agri products in trade deal negotiations. अभी इस समय यूएस बहुत ही स्ट्रांगली भारत को पकड़ लिया है टैरिफ्स को लेके, और भारत ने अभी ईवी पे तो टैरिफ्स कम कर ही दिए हैं. ईवी पे 110% टैरिफ लग रहा था, जो कि अब मात्र शायद 15% पे आ चुका है. तो अब एग्रीकल्चर प्रोडक्ट्स भी इसकी दायरे में आ रहे हैं. एग्रीकल्चर गुड्स इस समय यूएस के हाईली टैरिफ्ड है भारत में. Agriculture goods receive high protection in India and have largely remained outside trade agreements, even with countries that traditionally enlist on market access for agriculture, such as Australia. अब इंडिया अपनी मार्केट ओपन कर रहा है भारत के कंज्यूमर्स के लिए यूएस प्रोडक्ट्स को लाकर, और इसके कई पॉजिटिव भी इम्पैक्ट हो सकते हैं, नेगेटिव इम्पैक्ट भी हो सकते हैं. अगला आर्टिकल है वाई माइक्रोसॉफ्ट क्लेम्स ऑफ क्वांटम कंप्यूटिंग ब्रेक थ्रू मैटर. फिर हाउ HIV सेल्फ टेस्टिंग कैन बिकम अ गेम चेंजर फॉर Mizoram. Microsoft last week claimed a breakthrough in quantum computing on eagerly waited technology, much like artificial intelligence, that holds the promise of performing tasks beyond the capabilities of current technologies. Essentially, Microsoft is claimed to have found a novel way to create qubits, the basic unit of data that is stored and processed in a quantum computer. The company has also claimed that this novel way produces qubits that are more stable than those produced by existing methods. क्वांटम कंप्यूटिंग का बेसिक सिस्टम क्यूबिट ही होता है आपका, उसे और माइक्रोसॉफ्ट ने रिसर्च करके नई चीज़ें निकाली हैं. Quantum computing are not as the next generation of superfast computers. These are very different in the way they work, the way they handle and process information, and even in the way they look. They're designed to utilize the very special properties that tiny particles smaller than atom exhibit. One such property is superposition, or the ability of a quantum particle to exist in multiple states at the same time. The property is used for quantum computer to supercharge calculations in a way that the traditional computers are incapable of doing. Traditional computers' data are stored and processed through billions of small transistors that can each handle only one bit of information. Quantum comp use electrons or other small particles to process data. Superposition allows these particles or qubits to be in both 0 and 1 state at the same time. If the fact they can exist in every combination of 0 and 1 simultaneously. आप समझ सकते हैं कैसे टेक्निकल एफिशिएंसी के हिसाब से ये बेहतर काम कर पाएंगे. हाउ क्वांटम कंप्यूटर्स फेस बिग चैलेंजेस. द क्वांटम बिहेवियर ऑफ particle collapse into normal behavior the moment the systems observe or measured. This is because any act of measurement or observation is not possible without disturbing these extremely tiny systems. Any other external disturbance, such as deviations in temperature or pressure, also collapses the system. The challenge pertains to the integrity of the outcome. The multiple states of a qubit lead to multiple outcomes, only one of which is desirable. Getting the quantum computer to throw its correct outcome. कई टेक्निकल चीज़ें बताई गई हैं उसी बारे में. माइक्रोसॉफ्ट ने करा क्या है. देयर आर सेवरल वेज इन विच क्वांटम कंप्यूटर्स आर बीइंग डिजाइन. वन ऑफ द मेजर डिफरेंस इज हाउ क्यूबिट्स आर क्रिएटेड एंड कंट्रोल. अब क्यूबिट्स कैसे क्रिएट और कंट्रोल करे जाते हैं, ये एक उनमें से तरीका है. Microsoft said the qubits created through its novel process are more resilient and make significant advances over alternative platforms. Microsoft ने कहा हमने जिस तरीके से क्यूबिट्स बनाए हैं ये एक रेवोल्यूशन है. QuantumCom use other method to barely manage to reach 1000 qubit systems. For QuantumCom to become meaningful and start working on real world problems, they need to control and operate a million or 10 million qubit systems. अब क्योंकि क्वांटम कंप्यूटर्स को भी अगर अब आज के हिसाब से ज़रूरतों के हिसाब से काम करना है, एफिशिएंटली काम करना है, तो उसे नए तरीके से ही ऑपरेट करना पड़ेगा. माइक्रोसॉफ्ट ने उस नए तरीके को ही टैप कर लिया है. आगे देखते हैं हाउ HIV सेल्फ टेस्ट किट्स कैन बिकम अ गेम चेंजर फॉर यूजर. A study by the Pune-based Indian Council of Medical Research, National Institute of Translational Biology and AIDS Research, Mizoram and Mizoram University have highlighted how HIV self-testing has helped many young people in Mizoram get tested for the first time. State has been highest HIV prevalence in the country. The innovative approach empowers vulnerable youth by providing a private, convenient and stigma-free way to know the status. अब ये HIV टेस्टिंग किट बनाई है. मिजोरम में बहुत भारी मात्रा में HIV केसेस देखे गए हैं. Estimated 25 lakh people live with HIV in India. Among all states, Mizoram has the highest prevalence of HIV in adult population. और मिजोरम में सबसे भारी मात्रा में HIV रिकॉर्ड करा गया है. The study in HIV self-testing, Mizoram witnessed an uptick in an annual new HIV infection in 1718, following which Pune-based ICMR planned a series of focused investigations and rapid situation and response assessments. जिसकी वजह से अध्ययन शुरू करा गया. Aim was also to investigate the potential of HIV self-test to reach individuals who otherwise might not access testing or antiretroviral therapy. Rao said HIV self-testing is a process in which individuals collect their blood and saliva specimens and themselves interpret the results using a test kit. तो सलाइवा से आप या ब्लड सैंपल से टेस्टिंग करके अपना क्या स्टेटस है HIV का पता लगा सकते हैं. कहीं जाने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. बहुत ही बढ़िया खबर है. और ये आर्टिकल 3 इज़ वॉर इन यूक्रेन है. ये आपके लिए तो ज़रूरी नहीं है, ये सिर्फ इंटरव्यू वगैरह में काम आएगा क्योंकि भारत का भी इसमें इन्वॉल्वमेंट नहीं है. आप फिर पढ़िएगा. अच्छा आर्टिकल था, मैंने पढ़ा से पूरा. फिलहाल इसी के साथ आज के रहते रखते हैं. कल फिर आएंगे नई वीडियो के साथ. थैंक यू.